AJ Pierzynski's first pitch for the White Sox home opener coming up
The
today.
nerves, baby, the nerves.
No nerve. Look, I got the birthday guy right here, Andrew Vaughn, with me. How can I be nervous? He's gonna teach me a few things in the cage before I go.
Andrew, happy birthday. How you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Good. Life's good. So tell me, first off for AJ, what's your advice? He's got a first pitch coming up.
Just can't bounce it. Can't bounce it. The higher the better, I'd say. We were joking on the show on Thursday, right? I was going to throw it over the backstop. I got the from my wife. She goes, "You better not do that." So now the pressure's on, and Lance Lynn, I think, is catching me. So I can't bounce it because he's definitely not wearing a cup.
He's not getting down.
He's already told me, like, if I'm squatting down, you better throw me a strike.
Were you really going to do that, AJ? Were you really going to throw
it? You think I wouldn't?
Against the backstop?
Thank you, Eric.
It's with your wife, though, because I needed to see that. I needed to see that over the backstop every day.
So if I take two balls out there and I throw the first one over the backstop, and then I throw the second one about 91 with some sink, strike two, strike one. I don't know.
You should just forget about it all because you're not going to throw a strike. Get behind home plate and throw to second base because you're not going to do either of them. So good luck.
He left you a lot of room. God left you a lot of room in the strike zone. I'm just saying.
What are you talking about? That was right on the upper tier.
You tickled the edge.
Look, hey, by the way, look, Jim told me, Andrew Vaughn, his birthday, 25 today. Right? What are you doing for your birthday tonight? After you guys, first of all, after you guys beat the Giants today, because you were my lock of the day, Giants. So after you guys beat the Giants, where are we going tonight? Gotta get the house set up. Last night, get in about midnight. Smoke detector started going off. That was great. Got a rat problem. Found out, and it's been great. So the birthday's going to be filled with a really fun day.
Hey,
can we go to Alinea? You been to Alinea yet?
No. Andrew, I got the rat problem too, man. I just had one in my car the other day. We finally got it out. So I don't know what the deal is. It's the return of the rat, but either way.
It's a mess. There's a bunch of them living right under the deck.
Oh, you got to get a bunch of traps. We have this rock. It's a fake rock that they all, for some reason, the extermination people came over, put it there, and now I haven't checked it yet, but it's a lot of room for a lot of rats. But that's for another story.
Peanut butter.
Yes.
They love peanut butter, too.
How you adjusting to first base over there, man? I remember when I was at third, I had to go to first. I loved it. Footwork was a big thing for me, trying to figure out where to place my footing. How you doing over there?
Yeah, I played first in college all 3 years, which definitely helps going back. Going to the outfield, that was all new to me. I had no clue what I was doing out there at first. But getting back on the dirt's been nice. The bigger bases, you got to get used to. I'm not a huge guy, so my feet don't spread as wide, but, got to get used to, how far can I go to the right, how far can I go to the left.
No doubt.
Well, I guess Jan doesn't always play over at third, but when he does, who is it? Who's the toughest?
Yeah, I mean, if TA throws one down, I think he's got like 25 inches of vertical break. That thing's humming in there. Mikado, he'll mix it. He'll throw a cut. He'll throw a sink. You just got to be on your toes. When Elvis throws it to you, it's like a changeup. Oh, he wants to lollipop it in there. He said, if I can underhand it to you, I'm just going to give it to you. Elvis is too old now. Elvis is too old to throw with any. When I played with Elvis, he was a shortstop, and he tried to chuck it. Now he's too old. He's just hoping he gets it there.
Hey, let's talk about the season here, man. You guys started off well. I know 2-2, but how do you think you guys are going to bode well during the season? Your division, I know the Indians are going to be real good. How do you guys think you're going to stack up this year?
And also, last I checked, they're still the Guardians, right?
The Guardians. That's on me. Again. Sorry.
Okay, just double checking.
Thank you.
Yeah, we had a really good series in Houston. I thought, even though it was a split, we played good baseball. We played tough games. There's good pitching both sides. We just got to keep it rolling. Going to today, playing interleague, and we got a division coming up pretty soon. So my lock of the day on opening day was Cease plus over 6.5 strikeout. He had like the first 7 hitters. I think he struck out 7 or 7 in the first 8 or something. Have you faced him in BP, pitchers BP in spring training? No, I think I faced him in 2020 right before we got shut down, but he hadn't defined all his stuff. I mean, just watching it, it's unbelievable stuff. You ever feel bad for a hitter? Like they go up there, right-handed hitter, and
He's like slider, 98, slider, goes it down.
It's so impressive.
Oh.
I mean, his stuff it's elite. I don't want to face it, to be honest with you.
Andrew, you were born about an hour outside of San Francisco. Have you ever played at Oracle Park yet?
Yeah, got to play there last year for the first time. That was surreal. I mean, growing up as a kid, I was going there probably once a month, twice a month to watch a game, and it was pretty surreal having all the family there, the friends there. One of the cooler ballparks on the road, I've been to for sure.
How many tickets you have to give up that day?
I think I played for free that day. If no reason.
Too many times.
Did you hit any balls into the? No, not the water, because no one goes awful into the water, right?
Never seen it.
But you went up in the Coke bottle up there, the slides.
I wish.
You wish?
That's I think the only person who was it, Vlad, in the Derby hit it.
Okay.
That's about the only one I've seen.
Did you grow up? You grew up a Giants fan,
Okay.
not an A's fan. Oh, okay.
Big Giants.
So you felt special when you took the field there and you looked down and saw. It's a great ballpark.
It's beautiful. I mean, just being on it was crazy because I've been in the stand so many times. Being on it was totally different.
Crouch, you got any stories for this guy when you guys played a USA team and Todd's team qualified for you guys?
Actually, we qualified to get Todd's team into the qualifier, and then Vaughn, he wasn't going to play the next year anyway. He was on his trek through the minor leagues like you, AJ, for like 6 minutes. So we weren't going to expect his glory out of college, like to be able to come and play on the team and have like his ability, like, is crazy. My biggest question is, like, you played in the minor leagues for like 2 minutes, and one of those minutes was the COVID season. So like that was crazy. How do you deal with, because we're talking about the Rendon thing of what happened, how do you deal with like the fans in the stands when you don't do well and you have, somebody's all over you from the stands, home or away?
I mean, going in the outfield for the first time ever, those fans are ruthless out there. I mean, you go into SF, New York, wherever you're at, they'll get on your Instagram, they'll do anything. I mean, you just got to block it out. I mean, there's going to be some stuff said that you don't want to hear. You just got to keep playing, I think.
Who's the worst?
Yeah,
Who was
what's
the
the
worst
best?
Texas team you heard?
Toughest we've had, probably New York. I mean, it's nothing.
Always New York, man.
nothing
It's either New York or Philly.
They're just hounding you.
Over Wrigley?
Wrigley wasn't terrible. I don't think it was weather was terrible. There wasn't that many fans out there.
What's the worst thing you heard though?
I can't say it.
You can
say
say it
whatever
on
you
here.
want.
No.
This is like cable. You can say whatever you want.
Oh, man, I mean, it's everything from your mom to your sister to your wife to you name it.
Did you ever want to grab somebody like Rendon grabbed that guy?
I mean, it pisses you off, but you just got to drown it out. Personally, I got to act like I didn't hear it.
Hey, Andrew, I want to ask you about Pedro Grifol and how he's been compared to Tony last year. You've played for a few different managers now, so give me a few characteristic breakdown differences between this year and last year's manager.
Yeah, last year's in the past. I mean, like Pedro said, we just got to learn from it. And coming in, our biggest thing is win every day. Spring training is where it started. I mean, just do the fundamentals, do the little things right. And I feel like if we do that and he feels the same way, we're going to be pretty darn good.
Is there a different message? Because Tony, I'm sure Tony said, like, let's win every day, right? But is Pedro giving you a different way, maybe a different way of saying it rather than?
Yeah, I mean, I think Pedro's a little. I mean, he's new. It's his first time managing, which is awesome. He's just kind of letting us do our thing. He said, "Hey, I'm going to write the lineup. You guys go out there and bust your ass."
The thing I've heard is he communicates really well with you guys, right?
Very good. Very
He
good.
calls you guys in and says, "Hey, this is what I expect. This is what you're going to do."
Mm-hmm.
Right? And as a player, you respect that from your manager.
100%.
Tell me where I stand. Like, I want to know. If I don't know, then it's open to whatever. But if you call me in and say, "Hey, listen, Andrew Vaughn, I need you to do this. You're going to hit here every day. You're going to play first. This. You're going to be some days where we have to give sheets, right, against the tough righty or something." You can accept that and say, "Okay, I'm ready to go." But if you don't know, you're just. That was always a big thing, at least for me. Like, let me know. If I suck, tell me I suck. I'll figure it out.
Hey, Andrew, tell the people something out there that they don't know about you. You have a certain hobby, or do you collect something? Is there something you could do that people don't know about you? What's your niche?
I am so bored. I love to fish. That's my thing. If I could fish over play baseball and make the same money, I mean, I would do it. I've always said that. I love to fish. I'll do it every day until I die.
You're a bass fisherman? What kind of fisherman? Are sharks? What do you go after?
Anything to fish, man. I mean, bass are pretty easy to come by, but every winter I go up north with my buddies. We go steelhead and trout fishing. We don't get summer, so can't go salmon fishing, but definitely going to try to tackle Lake Michigan this year, see if I can get something out of it.
So what?
Never know what you'll
do
get
you?
there.
So we went fishing. We went out to eat one time in Japan. Tell everybody about the time we went out to eat, because we're not going to show the video, which I know you still have on your phone, and I do too. But set the stage for everybody. What you accomplished for us.
Yeah, so we walked in the restaurant. I mean, there's some huge tanks, a bunch of fish swimming around. And as soon as we walk in, I think someone caught one, and they started ringing a bell, like showing the fish off. And I was like, all right, I got to do that. So they handed me a little pole, treble hook on it. They were like, all right, catch a fish. I was like, so no bait? They're like, no, you gotta catch it. So I just snagged it up, put it in the net, and they filleted it right up there for us.
Yeah, we ate it. We
solid.
ate it.
It was so good. I mean, it was a big old snapper, I think.
It
Did
was.
Krabs eat more than you?
I hope so. I mean, that's a specimen.
Krabs, did you eat the fish?
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing that he forgot to say was they brought it on the tray like this, and they had a stick through each end, through the head and through the tail. And then they had it was sashimi style, so we just ate the sashimi that they laid out, but a stick like this, and the tail was still going like this. It was still flickering. It was still flickering. I remember.
It was creepy. I remember that.
That was so funny.
You were still eating it as it was wiggling, right?
Well, not the tail.
Yeah, but the rest of it?
Yeah, absolutely. It was so fresh. Oh, it was like butter.
Oh, man. Have you ever been offshore, like
Yeah.
deep sea fishing?
Yeah. I grew up like 20 minutes from Bodega Bay.
Marlin? You guys don't have marlin on the west coast, do you really?
My bachelor trip, we went to Cabo, and I think we caught 10 marlin in like 4 hours.
Wow.
Strike or what? Strike?
Right. It was-
Sight fishing. It's nice.
See, here's my thing about fishing. I'm very impatient, I get seasick, so I have to do it on land. And if about 30 minutes goes by, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'll just go,
If you ain't
I'll go to
catching
the bar.
nothing, you're out.
I don't even know how to put the thing on the hook, the bait on the hook.
bait?
That's how bad I am at that.
You got to go out with Andrew.
Well, I'll just pay somebody to help me out. So. Andrew, I need you, bud. Come to Jersey. We'll go on the Atlantic, see what we can get.
Ooh, might have to take you to Cali. I got some buddies out there.
Okay, I'm in.
Hey, Andrew, before you jump, a lot of fans are asking what the weather situation is in Chicago. So they had to switch the times.
beautiful.
Everything's good now? Okay.
Yeah, sunny outside.
Did they even need to switch the time? They pushed the game an hour earlier. Am I right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Everything's
supposed
good?
to rain, right? It
Yeah,
was supposed to rain about 5 o'clock, I think.
I think that's when it's coming if it does. It's like 5 or 6.
Oh, good. It'll be long done, especially with the pitch clock these days.
Got a window.
Hey, good stuff. Andrew, thank you for joining us, man. Appreciate you. Have fun. And really, I'd say good luck. But you'll be fine. It's really good luck to AJ today.
Just don't let him bounce it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.